for joining us tonight on Channel 4 News for this special segment on breaking news developments from the Waldrop murder case. For those of you who are just tuning in, Waldrop is being charged with the murder of Leslie Bradshaw after she was found hacked to death by a machete. Waldrop is also being charged with the attempted murder of his wife, Penny. As this story unfolds, it's beginning to look like quite a dicey situation. And as this case goes to trial, it has now been revealed that the defense plans to pin this murder not on Waldrop himself, but on his genes. Scientists have recently discovered a gene, MAOA, which is present in sociopaths such as Waldrop, and this dangerous scientific idea is now being utilized in the courtroom. What does this mean for the future of crime? Can people's genes really drive them to do such heinous crimes? Did Waldrop's genes make him do it? Our guest tonight, Rose McDermott, is the lead scientist of the study. Monoamine oxidase, a gene, predicts behavioral aggression following provocation. Please let us welcome Rose McDermott. Rose, will you explain to our audience a little bit about the research you've been doing?
Well, what my lab has been looking at is the responses of people with this MAOA gene and people without said gene in a punishment-style study. People in this study were given fake money and then told that other participants were taking a percentage of this money from them. They were then asked to administer hot sauce on a hotness scale to those that they were told had wronged them. We found that participants with the MAOA or sociopath gene were more likely to force other participants to eat more and spicier hot sauce than participants without the gene.
So, could you tell us kind of what this really means?
Well, we can say that there's definitely a strong incidence of retaliation. This could mean that people with the MAOA gene are more reactive, aggressive, and potentially violent.
Like serial killers?
Yes.
Wow, that's chilling. Please, welcome our next guest, Nigel Barber. In your article, Pity the Murderer, His Genes Made Him Do It, you specifically referred to Rose's study here. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about your views on the validity of Rose's study?
Well, Beth, it's junk science, purely junk science, and it should not be used to get a criminal out of jail.
Could you maybe elaborate on what you think junk science is?
Well, first off, what does hot sauce have to do with real physical violence, such as chopping someone up with a machete? The answer is nothing. Secondly, Rose's study claims that people with the MAOA gene must be adequately provoked before they administer a vengeful amount of hot sauce. What would be enough to make someone with the MAOA gene kill another person? Well, 34% of Europeans have the MAOA gene, and yet they're not going around killing others. Their homicidal rate is a mere 1%.
Well, Nigel, Mr. Sassy Pants, I think it's easy to criticize, but unfortunately it's very hard to make actual case studies on samples of killers because they're generally incarcerated. No, I'm not saying necessarily you make someone eat some Tapatio and they're going to axe someone's legs off. What I'm saying is it just predisposes people to violence.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's important to realize that using that blaming somebody's genes instead of their intent is very dangerous.
Thank you both. Let's go live to Sriracheville Prison where we will talk to Bradley Waldrop.
Oh, hey. Hello there. Will this take long? It's casserole day in the cafeteria. Hello?
Thank you for joining us on such an important day. It would only take a few minutes. So, can you tell us about why you're in here?
I'm here because of my genes. I'm a natural-born killer, so to speak. But seriously, my genes made me do it. They made me kill my wife's friend. I couldn't control myself. Something snapped. Probably that, mal whatever kicking in.
So, you don't feel you have any responsibility in this case?
Hell no. They should lock up my parents for giving me these crappy genes. I didn't have a choice in the matter. And I feel like it'd be cool to find out about other genes that are responsible for other behaviors like this, like dealing crack. Then I could hang out with some of my buddies on the outside. Is that all?
Thank you, Bradley. Enjoy that casserole. So, is this what you guys imagined would be the results of this study? It seems like killers lose culpability for their crimes.
Well, Beth, as you can see, junk science can be easily misconstrued. And that people need to be careful about the assertions they make from these initial results.
Well, Nigel, I resent that you call it junk science. And although our results suggest MOA plays a role in aggression, a major question remains as to how and why individual genetic differences cause different behavioral outcomes. So I agree you can have this gene without being a killer. In other words, I'm also saying what might be underlying psychological phenomena at work. So maybe it's more on reporters not to misconstrue studies, since news is more readily consumed than scientific articles.
Well, thank you both for being here. But let's take it to the streets and see what the people of Srirachaville have to say.
God doesn't make mistakes. God gave this guy the gene that predisposed him towards murder.
I have absolutely no sympathy for this guy. He is just a rattlesnake in my bedroll, and I would kill it without a thought.
This is very blurry science. Predispositions are not a valid reason for acquittal.
Since this behavior can be identified by genetics, perhaps we can test everyone before they murder and rape. Then we can isolate them from the community on a remote island somewhere and let them kill each other.
Thank you for joining us here at Channel 4 News. Stay classy, Srirachaville. Thanks for stopping by.